Hey everyone, this is Kara from the Superhuman Resilience Project, and welcome back. I'm glad to see you here today. There's something I really want to tell you about, and that's the things that I did this week. So, on Thursday this week, I had the privilege of representing an organization, and I know I've talked about this organization before, but I represented Warriors Ascent by hosting a table at the State of Missouri Probation and Parole Supervisor meeting in Columbia, Missouri. And I'm telling you, I met some really amazing people at the meeting, and I ran into a lot of people that I also knew from work when I was still working for the department. And I heard some people share some really awesome stories. Stories of not only their trauma, but how the trauma that they hear about every day, the files that they read, the things that they talk to their clients about, and how that compounds on top and adds layer upon layer upon layer, and how that can wear a person down. And that's really important for us to address because trauma doesn't always come from one single thing. Many times, our trauma comes from a culmination of events in our lives. And we finally reach that point where we're just worn out, that the amygdala takes over and just doesn't allow our prefrontal cortex to go back into the zone that we think that it should be, and then that we think more clearly in. The exciting news about that is just like your body does its job to protect you and rewires itself, you can rewire yourself too. So honestly, it was amazing for me to visit them and to meet with these people and talk with them about trauma. And I also got a few people to sign up for Warriors Ascent. And it's going to be the best decision they've ever made. Following that event, I went to Kansas City, Parkville, Missouri, actually. It's in the north part of Kansas City, where I met the six gentlemen that were going through cohort 75 of Warriors Ascent. Now, I went there with intention. This was the day of the community dinner. And I was a little bit nervous about stepping into the room full of gentlemen. I've mentored there before, but it's always been with the female cohorts. But now, for the first time, I stepped into the cohort of men. And I arrived, and as soon as they knew who I was and that I was an alumna and I was there to support them, they welcomed me. They welcomed me in and they shared their vulnerabilities. It was amazing to me as I watched them talk about their futures and talk about the plans that they were making in order to overcome the stress that they'd been under, the weight that they carried from the work that they do. These men were ex military, they were soldiers, they were firefighters, they were former Navy officers, there were police officers. And I'm telling you, hearing their stories and listening to them share what they want for their future, for their families, for their community, it was really an awesome experience and one that I will not forget. So, the guys in cohort 75, if you're out there and you're listening to this right now, I wish you 100% wish you the best. I want you to see those dreams could be fulfilled, and I want you to see those dreams come true. You have my supporting, and I'm so incredibly proud of what you did this week. I could tell there had been real impact made, and I could tell that there was a real bond between you all and your mentors. I really enjoyed sitting around the fire with you Thursday evening and talking and listening to you relax a little bit, knowing that graduation was the next day, but also still being in a place where you could be vulnerable with each other and talk about your feelings and the impact that the job has had on your life. It was such an incredible experience, and I am truly honored to have been part of it. Thank you for trusting me. Now, I want to go on ahead and I want to talk about Warriors Ascent Because as many of you know, I've discussed this before, and Warriors Ascent saved me. It saved so many people. They've had 75 cohorts. Over 700 people have been through the program and impacted by this organization. Now, let me tell you just a little bit about what that means. Warriors Ascent is a 5-day program. The people who attend this program do not pay anything to attend. Their lodging is covered, their meals are covered, their instructional materials are covered, and the professionals who come in and work with you during this 5 days, that's all taken care of by the efforts of donors who give to the organization and through the fundraising efforts of the outreach coordinator or outreach director uh, and the executive director and the rest of the team at Warriors Ascent. And I've got to tell you, they do an amazing job. The board that oversees Warriors Ascent also is very involved and very influential within the community in finding people who are willing to help our soldiers, the people who serve others, EMS, firefighters, dispatchers, emergency room nurses, physicians, people who are in critical, high functioning, high stress jobs that oftentimes are not thought of once they walk away from the scene. So many times I've seen on the news, well, you can't get the police here when you need them. And then when the police are there, it's like, well, why did they have to get involved? You guys have no idea. If you have not done the job, you have no idea what it's like to go out of your home every day, away from your family, and put your ass on the line. And I'm here to tell you, Warriors gets that. Warriors appreciates that. And they do everything they can to support the future growth and health of our communities. And when I say our communities, I mean that because when you help a warrior, when you help a first responder, when you help a dispatcher, when you help anybody in those service fields to become better, to deal with the traumatic stress that is put on them over and over again, something people may not realize is that you're not only helping that person, you're helping their family. That person goes back to their family, back to their job, back to their community with tools that help them recognize where their trauma comes from, when it's being triggered, why it's being triggered, and how to stop it. Now, if you don't believe me, you can check the American Psychiatric Association. They've done a study on Warriors Ascent and found it to be a very effective method of helping people with PTS and PTSD. There are articles written by them about Warriors Ascent. The other thing I want to say is that if you know somebody who is in a service field, whether that be military, law enforcement, firefighters, dispatchers, uh, emergency room nurses, uh, and I know I'm forgetting other people, volunteer firefighters. Folks, let them know about Warriors Ascent. You can find them online at warriorsascent.org. You can fill the application out online. And yes, you do have time. Don't give me that excuse because I made that excuse over and over again. The application only takes about 3 minutes to fill out. From there, you'll get a call from Tammy. Tammy is the the Warriors Ascent representative that puts everybody in the class, that rosters the classes. And Tammy is amazing. She's going to talk to you about your story. She's going to talk to you about what's come on. You don't have to have been diagnosed by a doctor, but perhaps you've only suspected that something's going on. Perhaps you know in your head that you're struggling and in your heart that you're struggling, but perhaps you're still throwing up that big shield. Folks, I get it. I've been there. I never thought anybody could see through my armor. I thought I had it. I thought that it was okay to just distance myself from the people who might see it. I thought it was okay to struggle. I thought it was something that was broken within me. It's not something broken within you. It's something that you can affect. You can learn the methods to affect and impact your traumatic response. So if you're listening to this right now, or if you know somebody that could benefit from this, it's my hope that you reach out to warriorsascent.org and get them signed up. Again, 100% free. Some organizations will even give you leave with pay to attend because they understand the value of what they're going to get back. I know this is a short episode, and I'm just going to leave you with that to think about. warriorsascent.org. You'll never regret it.